Hey, Shalom. I want to start off as always, man, by giving all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, HaKodash. That is unto the apostles, the elders, and the bishops, Great Millstone. I want to send much love to the brothers out there doing this work in truth and sincerity. And I also want to send peace and blessings unto the believers of the hopeful elect. And in this morning's lesson, I just wanted to say a few words about the land Sabbath. And the reason being is because you see this situation going on with these farmers who can't get fuel, who can't get fertilizer, all these things because of the situation with Iran. And some of them are in a pickle, so to speak, right? They're in a tough situation. Actually, some of them are not planting this year, okay? Not all of them, but some of them are holding off because they need to try and save and prepare for the next year and the future, so to speak, right? But we know that here in America, these farmers don't keep the land Sabbath. They don't follow the instructions of the scriptures, who gives you wisdom and knowledge on how to farm and plant and sow all those things, right? This is how you know the Most High is real. But I woke up thinking about the land Sabbath, and also us who are Israelites who don't have land, right, to even keep the land Sabbath, man. You know, we understand that we're in captivity, bro, and that, you know, the Lord has stripped us of land and resources, right? So we can't even keep the land Sabbath, right? But in the kingdom of heaven, we will get the luxury, bro, of keeping all the laws of the Most High, because we will have land, okay? We're going to have livestock. We're going to have servants and handmaids, all the things that we need to keep all the commandments of the Lord, right? But as of right now, we keep the one that we can keep, and ultimately putting our faith in Yahweh Shai, who has fulfilled the law for the believers, right? But anyway, I just want to read the land Sabbath here, man, and show you the benefits of keeping it, and why these farmers are struggling today, okay? So here in Leviticus 25, NLT Bible, starting at verse 1, it says, while Moses was on Mount Sinai, the Lord said to him, give the following instructions to the people of Israel. When you have entered the land I am giving you, the land itself must observe a Sabbath rest before the Lord every 7th year. So every 7 years, the Lord commanded the Israelites to have a rest for the land, right? It says, for 6 years you may plant your fields and prune your vineyards and harvest your crops. But during the 7th year, the land must have a Sabbath year of complete rest. It is the Lord's Sabbath. Do not plant your fields or prune your vineyards during that year. So for 6 years, you can plant, you can prune, you can harvest your crops. But during the 7th year, you can't touch the land, plow it at all. It's a rest for the land, right? Just as man has a Sabbath of rest. 6 days we can work, we can do our thing. But then when the Sabbath comes, it's a Sabbath of rest from all work, okay? It's a Sabbath of rest. It's for man to regroup, right? To rejuvenate. And, you know, ultimately, man, just refresh yourself, okay? That's what it's for. So it's the same thing for the land. You can't overplow the land. It's not beneficial. And this is why we see these farmers all on camera crying and scraping and wiggling and confused. Okay? They've overplowed the land. They got all kind of chemicals and BS on the land. Okay? And they're panicking because what they have in store or the things stored up, they got to use it and sell it. Okay? And they can't go out and plant a crop no more to refill that. So they're trying to hold off on planting and, doing things because they're like, man, look, if we do this, we're going to be through. Okay? If we go out there and plant a crop, we're going to be through because the future is pessimistic. It's not optimistic, it's pessimistic. They don't know what the hell is going to happen, okay, with this war and this situation. Okay, but this has all been orchestrated and planned, right, by the elites, ultimately by the Most High. But these farmers are very confused and they're losing right now. All right. And so they don't keep the land Sabbath of the Lord. They're completely confused, right? But we don't expect these heathens to keep the land Sabbath, all right? They don't have no connection to these laws. And so they overplow the lands. It says, but during the 7th year, the Lord must have a Sabbath year of complete rest. It is the Lord's Sabbath. Do not plant your fields or prune your vineyards during that year. And don't store away the crops that grow on their own or gather the grapes from your unpruned vines. The land must have a year of complete rest. So the Lord, like, look, even the stuff that grows on its own in that 7th year, you can't go out there and, do your thing, right? It says, but you may eat whatever the land produces on its own during its Sabbath. This applies to you, your male and female servants, your hired workers, and the temporary residents who live with you. Your livestock and the wild animals in your land will also be allowed to eat what the land produces. So during that 7th year of rest, right, of the land Sabbath, the thing that grows on its own, the Lord said that's for everybody. For you, your workers, right, the poor, the animals, everybody can eat of the stuff that grows on its own in the 7th year, right? Which is a good welfare system, okay, so to speak, for the poor. They can come in and get what they need, right? It says, you jump down here to verse, what is it, 20? It's 19 and 20. Here we go. Okay, so 18, it says, if you want to live securely in the land, follow my decrees and obey my regulations. Then the land will yield large crops, and you will eat your fill and live securely in it. But you must ask, what will we eat during the 7th year, since we are not allowed to plant and harvest crops that year? Be assured that I will send my blessing for you in the 6th year, so the land will produce a crop large enough for 3 years. Man. So look at that, bro. The Lord saying, look, you keep my decrees, keep my commandments. When the 6th year come around, I'm going to give you so much increase that the land going to produce enough crops for 3 years, bro. Can you imagine that? Having a farm and you plant crops and stuff, right? And on the 6th year, man, the Lord give you enough to last for 3 years. Do you know how much money you can make? How many stores you can, make agreements with and contracts, to give them produce and stuff like that and feed your family, bro, and have generational wealth. But we don't have the land to even get that blessing, man. So brother, we are in desperate need of salvation out of this captivity, bro. All right. And for me personally, man, I want to, what I'm saying, I want to give my, so try to give me some land. If I can give me just a little piece of land, okay, to farm on it, man, and give me some chickens. I would love to have it, but hey, man, it is what it is. But in the kingdom, we're going to have this blessing, man. All right. It says, when you plant your fields in the 8th year, you will still be eating from the large crop of the 6th year. In fact, you will still be eating from that large crop when the new crop is harvested in the 9th year, right? Woo! So bro, imagine how much you can put in your storage, bro. You'll have 3 years. 2 years to save crops, bro. You'll have so much. Come on, man. Come on, bro. We got to get out of here, man, so we can get the Lord's blessing, okay? I wish I had land to do this, bro, because I'd do it. And you can only imagine, bro. Hey, look, bro, we need salvation. I pray these farmers here in America continue to catch hell, man. All right? But I pray that we get salvation soon so that we can enjoy the benefits of keeping the laws of the Most High, man. All right? So with that, I'll close out. I'll praise Yahweh Shem Shai. Shalom.